And we're back. So, XCN, obviously, the not good news earlier that uh, had an issue with their platform, as at the original post stated, and people's not necessarily tokens, but it turned out to actually be some VUSD from NFTs that was subject to the nefarious activities of somebody's capital getting drained. So, talking about from the security incident, exploit the protocol to drain USD from the protocol. Um, as we go down here, so it talks about the vulnerability in the NFT liquidation contract. So did not impact staking or farming. The full explanation can be found here. And they respond to the PEC shield as a third party that validated and found it. So it, the primary issue wasn't an empty market, but the NFT liquidation contract. So staking and farming were unaffected. So that's great news. Staking and farming were unaffected. So I actually unstaked and pulled mine out as soon as they put that news out there. Because once again, like I said in my earlier video, protect your capital. If there's anything at all that you're not sure about, pull it out and hold it, and don't do anything with it until you're absolutely sure. Because the last thing you want is to lose that ability for future gains, because once you lose it, man, trying to start from scratch, oh man, that's a killer. So it's really interesting though, is a fake market here that they stated where it doesn't properly validate, where it's untrusted, right? User input was exploited to inflate the self liquidation reward amount, and then it got drained. The VUSD got drained. So they're putting some stuff up for the protocol again to vote on Onyx Core, that the NFTs are on there instead of rather being on that loop to try to get that fixed. And they're going to relaunch the open source permission financial network, which Onyx Core is a primary piece there, alongside XCN staking, securing the governance of Onyx Core and Onyx stakers. And they'll do an AMA and next week and do a giveaway with it. So, but the protocol itself runs as a closed-end lending protocol on Core, where users can wrap their NFTs in RWAs, which we have another video. We previously talked about RWAs, and you could borrow against them, right? Borrow against your real world assets that are tokenized on the network. Obviously, big thing. The proposal will shut down the Ethereum based lending market and reimburse all affected users in full at 1-to-1 payment of the assets they supplied. So, very awesome, to make people whole. So, additionally, Onyx Protocol hold the AMA, like I stated already. So, I might be traveling again next week. If I'm not, I'll try to get on that and see if we get a couple of questions answered. If there's anything you guys want me to ask, go down in the comment section. Let me know what it is. So, but it's awesome they're being transparent. That's a big thing. And so, Alien Alpha, whoever this is, so it's not huge. I mean, to me, it's a huge deal, because if you're the person that is affected, man, that just sucks, right? That just totally sucks. But yeah, but it is awesome for um, the protocol. That's not a huge deal for the protocol itself. Is really limited, and they can resolve it. So it helps out the ecosystem. And also, it didn't take them; it took them a couple hours. So awesome to do it. So it looks like it was hacked for 3.8 million from the VUSD. So, man, that's crazy. I mean, how they inflated it that much based off of that, it's just it's just insane. I mean, there's no amount of grifters and scammers in crypto than anywhere else. It is just insane the amount of things. From the original post, people thought, hey, that was a fake post. Maybe their Twitter was hacked, and the links that were showing about how to unauthorize uh, your contracts and everything else. So people saying those links were wrong, but clearly it wasn't their Twitter page. It was the NFT liquidation issue that happened there on that contract. So it's interesting to say the least. So I'm going to go ahead and restake. What about you guys? What are you doing? It restores some faith. I mean, I was on borderline about ready to just hit the sell button, because as soon as you lose trust in your blockchain and your network, I mean, it's over. I mean, if they didn't get this turned around and answers out the same day like they did, I probably would have sold. I would have sold either late tonight or tomorrow morning if there was no news at all. Just because if you can't trust it, move on, because who knows what's going to happen. Because if you just like, hey, if you're going to your bank, if you don't trust your banker, right? Are you going to put your money in that bank if you think that they might end up losing it? No, you're not, right? So obviously it's a big deal. I mean, still some bright things ahead for Onyx and XCN, and hopefully we can turn this around and uh, we'll get it figured out. So, what are you guys' thoughts? Were you worried about it? I was stressed there for a little bit just because my holding a pretty heavy bag. I know there's some of you with even bigger bags than me out there, and obviously, man, you don't want to see this thing tank. But when we're looking at the charts, so their price is pretty much unaffected. It's hasn't moved much today, so that's all good news. All right, well, let me know if there's something else you guys want to dig into with XCN. Like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time.